On this Civic, B0028 points to the front passenger's side airbag inflator circuit. In plain terms, the SRS unit may be seeing an open circuit or more resistance than it expects in that passenger airbag path. The SRS light may be on, and the airbag system may limit normal restraint operation while the fault is active. Broadly, the possible fault areas can include the passenger airbag inflator connection, the floor harness, the SRS unit connector, or the SRS unit itself. Before touching the circuit, confirm whether the vehicle was in a collision. If it was, make sure the required SRS components were replaced with new, correct part number parts and were installed properly. Also use proper SRS precautions, general troubleshooting practices, and the correct battery disconnect and reconnect procedure. Start by proving whether the fault is current. Clear the codes with the HDS. Turn the ignition switch to on Roman 2, wait for 10 seconds and check codes again with the HDS. If B0028-13 comes right back, the failure is duplicated and you move into circuit isolation. If it does not come back, the system is okay at this time, so treat it as an intermittent fault. And if other codes are present, check what they mean first instead of chasing this one in isolation. Next, isolate the passenger airbag inflator from the rest of the circuit. Turn the ignition switch to lock 0. Disconnect the negative battery cable and wait at least 3 minutes. Disconnect the front passenger's side airbag inflator 2P connector on the floor wire harness. Connect the terminals of SRS simulator lead L to the SRS inflator simulator with the 2 omega connectors. Then connect SRS simulator lead L to the front passenger's side airbag inflator 2P connector on the floor wire harness. Reconnect the negative battery cable. Clear the codes with the HDS. Turn the ignition switch to on Roman 2. Wait for 10 seconds and check for codes again. If B0028-13 is still indicated, keep going to the floor harness and SRS unit side of the circuit. If B0028-13 is not indicated with the simulator in place, the diagnostic path points to an open or increased resistance in the front passenger's side airbag inflator, and the supported repair direction is to replace the front passenger's side airbag. If the code stayed active with the simulator in place, check the RSA and RSA lines. Turn the ignition switch to lock 0. Disconnect the negative battery cable and wait at least 3 minutes. Disconnect SRS unit connector B, the 39P connector. Now disconnect the SRS inflator simulator from SRS simulator lead L, but do not disconnect SRS simulator lead L from the front passenger's side airbag inflator 2P connector on the floor wire harness. Measure resistance at SRS simulator lead L black terminal with ignition in lock 0. The passenger airbag inflator 2P connector disconnected, SRS unit connector B disconnected, and the floor harness side still connected to SRS simulator lead L. The check is on the RSA and RSA circuit, and the question is whether the measurement is 1.0 omega or less. If that resistance is 1.0 omega or less, the RSA and RSA wires are considered okay. At that point, look closely for a poor connection at SRS unit connector B and the SRS unit. Before replacing the SRS unit, check the SRS unit software version with the HDS. If the software is not the latest, update the SRS unit software and retest. If the connector connection is okay and the software path does not resolve it, the supported repair direction is to replace the SRS unit. If the code still does not clear after that path, the remaining direction given here is the floor wire harness. If the resistance is not 1.0 omega or less, the path points to an open or increased resistance in the floor wire harness, and the supported repair direction is to replace the floor wire harness and clear the code. The key on B0028 is not to guess at the airbag, the harness, or the module. Prove the code repeats, substitute the proper simulator load, then use the RSA circuit resistance result to separate the inflator, wiring, connector, and SRS unit paths. For more diagnostic training, visit Diagnostics.com.